Welcome to ChiPy, Chicago Python User Group. My name is Joe Jasinski. I'm your host today. We've got a great meeting pre-planned, and before we get started, well, you can't see it on the screen here, but we have a code of conduct. Hang on, you got the screen? It's okay. We have a code of conduct. Please take a look at the ChiPy website to review it, but basically be respectful to your fellow person here. ChiPy's been an organization that's been around for about 14 or 15 years, supporting Python in the Chicago area. We've got a lot of different initiatives coming up. Let's see. My slideshow here. The board of directors, unfortunately, you can't see it. The live stream people can. We have a board of directors. Thank you to all of them for making this possible. Also to our sponsors, and specifically today, Foxtrot is hosting us, so we really appreciate the space. And Elastic is supporting our food, so we really appreciate them as well for food. So we'll get started in just a minute. If you want to engage with ChiPy, our main portal for doing so is chippy.org. From there, we have a jumping off point on Slack and Twitter and Meetup, a bunch of different avenues to get in contact with us and see what's upcoming. Meetup has a lot of our special interest groups, which right now the most active is the algo site. I think the next meeting for that is December 1st. Check that out. Next meeting will also be December, the second Thursday of December. So that. So we have two great speakers tonight. So in just a second, we'll get started with those. Carl, I think you're up first, right?
Test. So, Python meeting, right? So we're going to start with some C code. Awful. Figure out this Python. Rid of Python. Boom. C. All this C code. It's awful. Look carefully, you'll see MicroPython, blah, 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 stuff. The MicroPython guy wrote some C code. So you don't have to. This line that I've highlighted is the read a pin. Now, you give kids, what's a pin? These are integrated circuits. They're little black things with pins sticking out. This pin, that pin, same thing, pin. You want to see what I'm talking about? Come up later. Oh, you're going to pass them around. All right. Take one home if you want. Antiques. All right, and got a little circuit. Never a dull moment. So, what's important about these pins? More throwing. What's important about these pins is you hook electronics up to them. And all right, we're going to get like 30 seconds of electronics lesson. Analog and there's digital. In the analog world, as the voltage goes up, something goes up. In the digital world, as the voltage goes up, nothing happens until it reaches a threshold, and then something happens. And then it keeps going up. And that transition from nothing to something is off to on. And like binary, digital. Anyway, so you hook something up to one of these digital pins, you give it some voltage, you give it enough voltage, and it's like, all right, I'm on. Likewise, you have an output where it's like, well, the pin's off, no voltage coming out. You turn it on, no voltage comes out, and they lights up. So this line is the switch on or off that's hooked up to this pin. Now, let's see like 18 levels above this, what Python looks like if this makes happen. Where am I? There we go. Okay. So, this little board has a microcontroller and some RAM. It has MicroPython loaded on it, which means we have a file system and a bunch of modules that are specific to this little microcontroller on the bottom, back, all loaded in here. There's a serial connection to my laptop. My laptop is just basically a dump screen and keyboard. See what's going on over here. Right. Yes. Once again, Python's running here, not here.
It's an EE problem.
Uh,
I saw.
Super good. All right, we imported Python. Now back into Python. All right, that code, C code, and everything I've shown you, it's all buried inside this end class. So we're going to make an object P after the min. B13 because on this PC board, printed B13. The reason he printed B13 is somewhere in that MicroPython C code, there's a little translation that says B13 actually is this bit in that register. Register is a bunch of bits whacked together, kind of like an integer, but the value of the integer doesn't really matter. All that matters is anyone particular bit on or off, kind of corresponding to either signals on these bits or are there voltages on these bits. So the out here, or outway, here said, and here, we want to operate it as a function. Now we're going to send it a value of 1. Notice, oh look, hello screen, sorry about that. Oh wait, hang on. This is for the room, right?
Those ones should be able to pick up.
Y'all hear me without the mic?
Yeah.
Good. I want my name. Alright, this is my phone. This light came on, I set the value of the pin object to 1. Likewise, keep it there, set it to 0, off. On, off. This Python code, those 3 lines, import, make an object, set the value. How you turn digital signals on and off. And I had thought about bringing all this in breadboard, a little voltmeter, so you can like see volts. And I decided implementing all this, a bunch of wires that I picked up myself. No. You made this, it works. Yes. Thank you, Andrew, for being able to work with your lights on. All right. And 1/3 way through my talk. Now we're going to get through. No. There's actually 2 LEDs on here. So give our variables slightly better names. LED 0. It actually says LED 0 on here. one light came on. And also, I kind of realized at the last minute, this is small. We need a big version. So, oops. Also, little janky connection. That's the reset. Maybe or maybe not. I heard it was also. Light's still on. Ah, okay. Hi. Actually, I don't know if I can't even see it.
It flashed.
Angle.
So
There are now two LEDs. LED 0, LED 1. They are. The two green ones, like, this close to each other. They're really bright. So when I look at it here, it's like, all right. There's also some switches on this, little push buttons. Once again, you get to bring in like big, funny looking buttons. Trust me, hit a button. Tap. Oh, that's a pretty big button object. Button. Again, D11. If you look at the data sheet somewhere, it's like D11 is over this pin. So it's wired up to a little on-off button. In this case, the push button is only on when I push it. Skip over button 1. Two of these. Right. Currently the value is 1. You might think, but it's off. Well, you have a good explanation for why it's off.
Because logic containers, it's high, that's not push button.
Grounds it. All right. See, there are legit reasons behind this. I don't understand.
That because it's pulled up.
But
That because it's pulled up.
yes, no, I don't.
understand the question.
Oh, is it because it's full up?
Yes, there's a pull-up resistor.
Some people understand this. I don't actually understand it. I don't have it. And once you're told how it works, it's like, okay. In this case, it's 1. You're going to hold it down. Both buttons don't actually. But now the value is 0. Press. Now, like, totally fooled my mind here. Inputs blue. Oops, sorry, these things might be. Right. All right, 31 over and over. Push the button. 0. That. Put a button. 1. Stop. All right. Now, like halfway through digital logic with Python. So there's also a potentiometer on it. This is some analog resistor thing that swings from.
Pull-up doesn't matter, but it's not protected.
Mostly 0 ohms when you turn it all the way one way, mostly 10,000 ohms when you turn it the other way. What's an ohm? Up to PS1, Raspberry Pi electronics, ask Ed. He'll talk to you forever about all these things. All you really need to know is when you turn the thing this way, stuff happens. When you turn it that way, other things happen. Let's see what another object. It's ABC stand.
Analog to digital converter.
Same as 0, string, same as 1. So back to that C code, somewhere in there, it needs a bit. So Python does if it's truthy, it's 1, if it's falsy, it's a 0. Want to C code, whack that bit in and shuffle really fun, which is read the value of the geometer object named from an A to Z class. ChiPy is Python because MicroPython has iWork. Seaboard thing you can buy from MicroPython. Doesn't matter. Make little toys. Oh yeah. All right, 495. Really close to it. Oh, yeah, it's a whole bunch of ones. I think it's 12 ones all lined up. 12-bit integer gets represented as whatever that 0 to 10,000 is. And you want to know why it's not 0 to 10,000? Again, another electronics question, not Python question. Python API, if you look at a number from 0 to 495, and you only get 0, you can actually get stupid hardware things to go 0, apparently it doesn't. And this is all the way to the other side. Almost. But in the real world, that's good enough. This was a volume control. You went 4,000 all the way down to 5. What the hell 5 is in the context of 4,000? Anyway, unless you can go some Python code in there and round it as far as or just calibrate this and go, well, it doesn't actually go from 0 to 4.6, it goes from 5 to 4.6. And these giggles, let's throw this blue. We're getting more, I'm almost done. And then let's load it. Numbers get 42. Again, real world things. Making Python numbers. Any questions?
Is the digital analog converter, is that part of the chip or is that a separate thing?
It's built in the chip.
Okay.
So
Everybody wants to know what chip is the STM32F405 chip. One will sell you this one for $100. Otherwise, you have to wait at least 18 months. Buy chip.
Bit of a delay, huh?
Why so long?
It's wonderful. You have no idea. There's also
Who microphone is awesome. With that, one, there's RG is just a package.
No, I'm just saying.
By the way, another answer to the chip supply chain shortage can be answered by Tim Ansel, retired open source IC manufacturing, so that you can't get your chip made here, you take your plans from other companies have it made there. Currently, it's not really how things are done because you sign NDAs and you get married to a chip manufacturer. They don't want anybody knowing your secret sauce. But Tim is like, this is bad. It's your secret sauce. 2 companies so far have done that. Skyward Labs under Minneapolis and local something down in Florida. They're like, here's how some of our stuff works. Let's do some stuff. I think so. And to date, 400 or so people have submitted things on GitHub using the open source stuff. And Skyward has delivered a few thousand chips to these people and pay for it. So, you want to have your own ASIC chip for free. Google's time, your time. You gotta learn how to do it, figure it out. Google pay to have stuff manufactured chips. Weird thing. Oh, one more thing while I've got the floor. Anybody was in the Kitchen 17 meeting and wanted a bomb? Yeah. No, I'll give you one. You did get one. You want another one. You want to. You want to know what this is all about?
I have 2 questions. Is there a particular type of microcontroller this works on, or just library voltages that work on? wide variety of and
Hang on.
allow
Let's answer that one first, right?
Sorry?
I can answer that one pretty easily. That oh, this is generic. There's a bunch of header files and big file things that somehow end up driving the file to file microphone for a given microphone. And there's 30-ish microcontrollers all queued up in the directory. And
It's on the website. I think MicroPython or one of the circuit Python, they do a website which shows you the ones that work.
there's no problem.
Yeah, there's a list.
What are the main limitations of this security? It's obviously strict and obviously, so you can't support anyone. What are the main things?
that's a rough question to answer. Like,
First one you're gonna do is there's not much memory.
sure.
Yeah.
So if you like that affiliate list, you're like join, you're gonna get a memory allocation.
So MicroPython was written to run in an environment that's too small for ChiPy. And exactly where things were trimmed. I mean, the Unicode strings.
There's a big list of all the different.
It's not
That
such
big, but it exists. So the Python.
It could be. It's not that simple. Okay. Also,
There's a lot of it where you, like you'll have something like a different, right? And like you'll have, let's say Python, like pop left and pop right, right? And all these, and over in MicroPython, you'll find that like there's only just pop, which right at that is probably what you're getting. So there's just little things missing, but like for the most part, depending on how close to the metal you're trying to get, like most of what you're looking for will be.
it's very impressive how much Python there is. Not 100% Python thing. Also, Adafruit is very much for MicroPython and made a circuit Python. Because they wanted it to be more like CPython. With the idea that you can take your circuit Python, run it in CPython, and it will run.
It's not even.
But this doesn't really say anything about how close it is. It's not that hard. It's not too hard. Regardless of if they have achieved their goal. That's part of the MicroPython.
You know.
Python story is they have slightly different goals. Python aims to be educational. MicroPython aims to they both are mostly the same thing. Little differences here and there.
So the Python API, is that relative, like for interacting with the device, like is that relatively similar between implementations or like?
This is another slight difference between MicroPython and CircuitPython. CircuitPython wants to make it so once you learn how to do it, some piece of hardware works the same on all of the hardware that themselves. And they've sort of abstracted and dumbed down a few things to achieve that goal. MicroPython, if another microcontroller has a different way of doing things, it will become glaringly obvious to you when you try to code. Going with this chip, you can't get it anymore. It's important work with a long off chip. And we had to like retool a few things because code doesn't just swap. At a minimum, things like, well, D16 or whatever is no longer hooked up to D16 does something else. By the way, D16 is everything. It's a stupid translation. Still haven't quite figured out why there's an extra layer of confusion between and once we put the background on this thing, it's not 16. Yeah.
I have a random question. So I'm an informatics pharmacist.
I'm curious about doing some kind of like just tiny automation in the hospital. Security is always like the number one thing. You know, these things get ransomware. Are there any like secure automation, like Raspberry Pi, like Python, or how hackable is this thing?
Well,
Yes.
Yes.
yes. So one thing is, this does not run an operating system. It just Python. So the Python executable is what it boots. And now it's air gap everything. So nobody's doing anything at this stage. And you can give it power. Yeah, kind of hard to hack.
Drill a hole in your safe.
I guess all my ideas have to do with like read-only SQL server interfaces.
Yeah, I mean, maybe you've got a network involved, updates, that's where that all sorts of vulnerabilities there.
You more like secure on.
If you put Python code on here, and by the way, this looks like a USB storage. It's got a file system, jack in here, throw code.py on here, unplug it, just give it 5 volts power. It boots, runs code.py Python that's on it. Nobody's tampering with that. It's not patched. Else? Right. That. How does this C code?
While we get us up with our next talk, take a break. But before we do that, I'd like to bring up Foxtrot. So here's Adam Babe. He's getting the board.
Well, thank you, everyone. Welcome to Foxtrot. Thank you all for making it out here tonight and enjoying some great talks. Just coming down here. So, just wanted to get a show of hands. Who's actually been to a Foxtrot before? All right, cool. So, for those of you that don't know, Foxtrot is a series of corner stores. We have stores in Chicago, Dallas, and DC area as well. But we're also online. So you go to foxtrotco.com, you can order stuff for delivery or pickup in your neighborhood. A lot of just like well-curated goods in our stores that I think are really interesting. And yeah, so I guess I should introduce myself. I'm a software engineering manager. I work on the backend team. Work with the backend team. We have actually 2 other representatives from the backend team. So if you want to come and ask us afterwards about anything that we're doing, Melissa Andres and our CTO Taylor is here as well. So if you want to just chat about here's some of the different projects we're working on, or just talk about Python. We do a lot of stuff in Python. We have a little bit of PHP in our stack as well. Doing some interesting stuff in Kafka recently. So, yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about, but yeah, definitely. Obviously, for those of you that are online, can't come and kind of talk to us here, but feel free to reach out and try to be in the community. The only other logistical thing is I wanted to mention, so we are going to intermission here. Bathrooms are kind of helpfully named turn right. So, Joe, I don't know how long of an intermission you want to have.
You know, 5 minutes.
About 5 minutes, we'll start the next stop. Welcome again.
Is there a way to do manual exposure? Your background's blowing out.
I know.
Yeah.
It's like
Like if you could just force it to overexpose.
there's a way, but I don't know if there's a way to do it with the
Yeah, HDMI.
because I don't want to cancel this. Cancel this thing. Cancel the cancel. Like if I press this button, that button, or that one, will take me. Will exit the USB.
Is there like Granted, I know nothing about this. Like, what if, is there like a manual stop here or something?
I don't think so. There's a zoom, and like a manual, like a auto zoom.
Zoom?
Yeah. That'll zoom, and then this is zoom. But usually the f-stops, like maybe I could.
Yeah, on that screen. What happens if you? Well, that's changing the time. Is there a different dial? Oh, maybe this front dial.
That's the zoom. I bet I could program this dial to do the f-stop, but I.
Um,
I think you said it was like out the door. Yeah.
what about this function button? For menu? Can I press menu?
Let's see. Maybe try it. I think it popped up like a.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I bet I could set this to a f-stop.
You probably look at the manual.
Yeah.
If all else fails. That's it. Can I cancel it, right?
Yeah, that I think will. Okay, so hold on a second. Oh, maybe the during streaming. Maybe
Push all the buttons.
operation something. I hit this. Yeah, all right. Like normally, the way I do it is I get to the menu, and then like you can adjust it to the menu. Like you can get right now it's on intelligent auto, and but you can adjust it to be
fully
like
auto, right?
yeah.
Maybe there's a way in the software. Is it having software?
Next time I'll like. I think if I remap this, then I should be good.
Yeah.
Because then I can adjust it live. So I should put the banner saying.
Or is there any light you can shine on the person just to get them part of the background?
Yeah, that's another thing because they're standing right in front of the thing. You know?
I know. Yeah, that's what's drawing them out.
Oh yeah, you could be great. Otherwise, I know. I gotta be yeah, you got. Now you know.
Everyone, we're gonna get started in just a second. So please make your way back and continue.
Pay one.
So you just hang it up to the desk and you get like a high five. I'd like to introduce Andrew, who's going to give us our next talk. So,
Yeah.
Everyone can hear me still?
Pay attention.
So I'm Andrew, and we have Mo here, which is a learning robot that our first robotics team, the mechanical law sessions, students and I have made this, and it also runs on MicroPython. So we will try this from a cold start. So I'm plugging in. It's an educational tool, so hopefully it should be this fast to start going. So he is currently booting up. Now he's running, you can see his little rainbow going. He starts a web page. Let's see. Oh. So kind of the idea behind this is to get basically as far away from all the things that Carl was talking about as possible. Fun and easy to use.
Well, I talk
I don't know how much code you guys want to see.
What you got?
More than I want to feel comfortable with. Not because
It's
it's all open source. You want to see it all, that's fine. But the idea behind this is, like I said, we're our first robotics team, and I guess I closed my tab here. But the idea behind this guy is it's a learning tool, and the robots that we make in our team are actually about this tall, and weigh like 150 pounds. So this is a easy way to learn how to code and to just start using. Well, we also want to move from Java to Python. So Go comes built in with a bunch of objects. The student that we So there's a few objects built in to make it easy. So we have quality. Our student likes to name all of our objects as people, which actually has been kind of nice. You can see that we have used all of the wrapper and string methods on the inside of our objects to have them do fun things. So Wall is our wheels. We have Ego. He is our NeoPixel object. So you have these here. And so to interact with any of these, you can just say Ego. Turn off. And within a few seconds here, we've like already started thinking. Anybody, what color should I make it? Red. I heard green. Hot pink. Yes, I like that. That's the color of our team. So, I'll pick it up right. So, you also have Wally, like the wheels. So we can do Wally times drive. We want to go cascade and not turn anywhere. So we should start driving. If you guys want to see some of the code that makes it go, I'll kind of start where Carl left off. The idea behind it, all of this is kind of to make the implementation easy. So he had a button, and you can see all this kind of pin stuff here, and it will take care of all the inversions and everything. So you can just go button.read. Thank you very much. Again, same thing. We have motors. And all of this stuff is very exciting to me. Then we get up to our agents, and there's some funny things about this framework because, like I said, we want to have it be the same as you would have it for the FRC robots. So they kind of have a function where every 20 milliseconds your code gets to. So that's kind of how this is going. Kind of some of the fun stuff that we have in this agent or in this framework here. We have these objects called agents, and this is kind of we themed everything on James Bond. So everything's kind of like supervillainy and agents, and we have M. So agent is kind of a API contract with M. And we get some fun stuff of this. Yeah, we have our agents manifesto. And if anybody has any opinions on like if we're doing something and making learning easier, you should do it some other way, please let me know because I kind of just help this game. But kind of the mentality that we take with this is like you have some objects, motors, buttons, whatever, and like while Python will allow you to just like reach into some other object and change variables and everything, you wouldn't want somebody coming up to you and touching your variables. So the only one who's allowed to is M, and again, this is just not very exciting. But we have a contract, and during our event loop, when any agent is created, M kind of gathers them all up and finds them, and with that, then we're able to create some fun stuff, like our dashboard. And you can see here that like we have a bunch of these agents, and they are all So I was having a little performance anxiety before this, and it's also supposed to work with this remote, but that's what it is. Well, we'll see if you guys so kind of like the problem with making robots like these is I how do you go through time and like wait for some event to happen, and like how do you like create a playlist that you can kind of create and have it go through, and also have everything running concurrently. And somebody has a better way to do this, I would be really interested. I've been asking around. Currently, what I have is to just make a bunch of lambda, grab everything with lambdas, and make a list. There's a chuckle there. Everybody likes lambdas, right? What we're trying to do. So effectively, we have like functions that we would want to use. So we've got like middle. Let's just do that. And like, let's say that we wanted to fill it red and then wait for 1 second, fill it green, wait for 1 second. And like, how would you go through this and like have something wait? Because also what we have going on here is a bunch of async IO stuff going on, so that you can start the web page and do all this other stuff while your code is also doing something.
I can ask you a question about the fields. You told it to go forward 5 seconds or something.
I told it to stop. I just told it to go.
Is there a way of telling it to go 5 seconds?
Sure. So that's why I was going.
Yes. And the function return right away, right? Doesn't, I mean, robot keeps going, but the function returns, right?
Correct.
This is what makes this problem tricky is you can't just call all the functions right away because they will all execute one after the other and all of their actions will then start happening concurrently. So if you want this to happen, this to happen, this to happen, call the function, wait for it to finish, call the next function. It's not easy, but
There's something like that it's called green sock for JavaScript. What is it called? Green sock?
Green like the
Oh,
color.
that's for like CSS and like for animations.
Okay.
That they do. You can do things concurrently or you know, the rest of the time.
What about like an event loop, like on something? Well, I mean, like, so we kind of have like a few different event loops. There's like the main event loop, which is the async IO loop, which let's see. So like we have an async IO loop that's kind of like doing its loop, and in those is the web page and the WebSockets do their thing, and then you also have this task in M here, and she has her loop, and inside of her loop then, depending on the state of the robot, it will call different sets of code depending on whether you're in autonomous mode or whether you're wanting to go around with the remote control or some test ones or kind of whatever you want to do. Like, and each of these ones, so robot test periodic, will be called once every 20 seconds. So like this is your so
these are something like kind of like a game where you go through this simple, very simple like 2D game would have like a while through all the games running, and then first you take your inputs, do something based off that, take all your inputs, you take all your rendering, and then you take your actions based off the rendering, like maybe like a while. Just kind of like
well, it basically is a while loop, which is
sounds like async, but it's like while these games with these processing this event, synchronously on a very basic level. I mean, obviously there's games that do it with multi-threading, but it's not an option here. But you can do
I mean, you could technically do threading. So MicroPython does some more threading. And I am kind of like locked in also with the fact that the API should kind of be the same as the big robots. So kind of they have a little bit less control.
Yeah, but I'm not saying make it multi-thread, I'm saying like maybe make it like a game. So you have your world, just like your robot. And so you have a wild truth of every single frame that you're doing in your game. It's like maybe like first get all your input, then
But like each one of these, so like if we're in disabled mode, which is like what he's in right now, this is getting called sunset point.
okay. I think there's
And then when we yield or wait, then it lets the web page and stuff.
yeah, I think you might want to keep a couple of your web page your state, maybe.
Do you have a large state machine basically?
Effectively, what this thing is it's a whole set of nested stations. So you have like the big state machine, which is kind of the basic IO, and then inside of that is M's little loop here, and she does some stuff. And then beyond that, then you have your agents, objects there, and they like in check. Check is what would be called during the teleop periodic. And so like every 27 milliseconds, this check method on all of our agents would be. So like in this instance, the wheels would be listening to the controller for where it should be driving. And the NeoPixel would be using its rainbow or like whatever state that it's in is what you. And you can also see here that like I guess I'll so to really do what Carlo's saying, like you can't just like take functions and stick them in here because as soon as you go and you plug this guy in, they will just immediately run.
Another little tidbit we sort of glossed over is that the big robots run some sort of learning robots with Java thing. And this is supposed to be like a miniature version of that. But Andrew not wanting to like re-implement all the Java in one microcontroller. You just can't. Well, let's do Python over here, but make it very similar to what's going over in Java. But these are some constraints that sort of not exactly hard constraints, but it's the further you deviate from the real one, the harder it's going to be transitioning back and forth.
Yeah, that's kind of it. And again, this thing isn't really meant to be. Well, it's meant to be. So I guess what I came up with here is to just like wrap any kind of function in a lambda so that you can kind of package it up and set it up.
Maybe you should have a query callback that does nothing until you put a query in.
Sorry, I'm not really following how the query or where does it call that?
Like another state in the loop that does nothing until you put a query in.
And like what runs that? Or just like in some kind of like nesting call. So now we can add that. We can like package it up and call it. So what we can also do is we have Timmy, our tiger, and Timmy will allow us to do something. So let's just try 10 seconds here. And so the way that I've made this auto now is we have these lists of lambdas. We call it a book. So we have a book of functions. So we hover our bookmark through it, and when we're in auto mode, we'll keep calling all of the functions until we get to some function that returns false. So here I just put in continue wait for 10 seconds. And you can see that like he so it returned false. So in our auto, it would be false until our 10 seconds has elapsed. Not pushing it there for shorter time. Now it comes back and it returns true, so we would continue on. So let's make one really quick. And I made a little thing that will construct them together. So let's go fill, do that again. So we go back to blue. So when we put this in here, now you can see that like it built. Sorry.
I'm gonna fill in some dead air.
Line of coding.
This thing that looks like a REPL is behind a web server using Python's code module, I think, where you give it strings or something and it executes them. It's not like calling the execute function, it like maintains a namespace or something. So,
Yeah, we had a question about security a moment ago, and so let's get to the REPL page here, and you can see here that anybody who's in security is going to oh, well, you can see.
It's fine, yeah. You're evaluating levels.
We're just like,
It's all
anything that's locals, you have access to the globals, you have access to every single thing that has and will ever exist.
Sure.
Through the web browser with no passwords. Let's have it. Sorry.
that's something.
Yeah, the replace things you're talking about? Yeah, so apparently that's not a bit simple to use because I just ran into a bug when I had two pluses in there and then all of a sudden it turned it into a string. So that's another bug that I found when I was trying to make it. But yeah, it's ugly. But it doesn't work.
What I was trying to get at is you need to interact with Python. Python gives you a module to make interact with Python things. Kind of fun. You can also drop to a REPL in the middle of your code, kind of like setting the breakpoint. Just import code. And there's some little line of code that takes all over the place. And just code running and boom, you're in a REPL and all of your local variables and global variables are available to you. That's right, you can change everything, et cetera, et cetera. You can totally
So this guy does also have like the same REPL as what Carl was using earlier. But the thing about the real REPL is when you're using that REPL, like the robot has to be happy inside of the loop. And the REPL properties. So I needed to add before, and then we tell her to run an auto routine, which is these guys. So that's So this is an old version of code. So why there was no stash. That is why there is no stash as well. So some other fun stuff. Like I said, this is all secret AGT. And you can see that there's no tire. But you can have a whole bunch of these auto routines running at the same time. So during an event, there could be something like you kind of want to drive around some path while you have some other autonomous routine looking through a camera, trying to find a target. And as soon as the camera finds a target, you can have whatever agent is running that one kill the other one, and maybe spawn some other ones and just do things. So. I forgot to type stuff. There you go. Do that again. See? I guess some Easter eggs. Like I said, we have these agents, and we have hijacked everything. So we can call Wally. It's Wally. We happen to be give Wally some arguments. Give Wally some keyword arguments. Everyone loves Sparks, don't they? Should.
You ever rerun the anchor dungeon? Have you ever rerun the anchor dungeon? So you access the method inside the agent. It'll say don't touch this. Like which? It would be like the anchor dungeon and stuff. Like dot. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm not quite following. Yes. But I mean, we just like hijack them right here. So like, got the string method and the call method, whatever. And like, are there any other fun ones that like?
Yeah, this anchor.
I'm sorry, I don't know the ATP. Oh, attribute. Oh, gotcha. So what would you do with that?
You just say don't touch this because it's trying to access it.
So if it's like
attribute inside.
So you call get adder console,
Yeah.
then it would be like, hey, that's my don't touch.
Yeah.
I guess that's kind of fun. Yeah, that's fun. It's all about actual. So there's a bunch of other kind of, we have line following sensors down here, like I said, servos.
It did an hour ago.
It did. Well, I think I could actually, we're done with the Rebel. Just flash this one. You guys all want me to shut up or keep going?
I see the mustache.
At least the mustache.
Yeah.
All right, let's give it a shot.
See how it is to flash it.
So this is we're using a push all this code here.
What do you use the EEPROMs for?
You mean the ones we were throwing around?
Yeah.
Give them, show them pin.
What?
Just so I can add a prompt to say this is a pin.
Oh,
You
okay.
did it as an EEPROM, you win it. It's yours.
Get all of them.
If you want more, become a Fucking Station 1 member. We don't talk about the areas. I'm here.
It was to, in a way, it was to get rid of the mystery as to why do I have a class called pin.
I see.
What the hell's a pin? I mean, especially when you look at like most modern electronics, nothing on it looks like a pin. So
Is that an SAO? Sorry, is that an SAO or just a? It's a mustache. I guess it wears the black mustache. Black shirt and black mustache.
what do you call the little VGA chips? Have those little grid of something, right? Not pins. Look like
Traces.
Hands, balls, ball, grid,
I don't know. Doesn't matter.
they're still technically pins when you read them.
Yeah.
You mean on the chip or on the board?
On the chip.
Oh, hands.
Yeah. Not a pin. Right. MicroPython land is still using pin class.
Well, in the white papers, it's still.
It's fun. I mean, I'm not showing people that.
I actually don't identify one of these things. I think that's so you guys can have fun objects like Wally and Evo.
I'll fill some more dead air with a commercial. Tiny tape out is another one of the ASIC things where they walk you through making a 4-bit microcontroller. And if you had done this before the deadline in September, you submit your stuff up, and a few weeks later, a month later, whatever, you get one chip, which is here's your microcontroller. Ground for it. More of the open source tools and open education and everything. Trying to get more people into the electronics realm of very basic integrated circuits. Tiny tape out. Also, there's a video I was showing earlier, 0 to ASIC.
That's definitely one of the best videos I've seen if you want to get into.
Nitty-gritty hardware. In fact, I'm going to plug it to the 0 to ASIC one because what was really fascinating was here is how a transistor is built. These chemicals of these shapes. Let's make these shapes in Inkscape and then take the SVG and convert it to what the integrated circuit plant needs in order to manufacture a transistor. Software you can all run on your laptop and it's let stuff on Indianapolis.
Or we use VHDL or something.
But
Use VHDL or something.
well, that's for FPGAs. I'm talking about making a chip from chemicals.
Talking about laying out the silicon.
Yeah. Like lower level than.
I think I thought they could compile VHDL to a mask to use in
Yeah, you definitely can.
Yeah. Right.
So that's HDL too.
I mean, yes.
I mean, it ends up in shapes.
Right.
So
But you don't want to have to work out the shapes yourself, but a computer can do it.
You want to go back to the 70s? Man?
it depends. The memory folk are all into let's figure out what shape gives us the fastest, smallest memory cells. So
You're probably at the high end, you're doing that, but it's definitely a chip now. This library and getting in order.
oh yeah, I mean there's definitely all sorts of stats of libraries and whatnot. But this video starts off with let's walk you through how to make a transistor using extinguishers. Wow.
And Tetris is pretty fun.
What's that?
And two Tetris. It starts you from a NAND gazing buildable functional computer.
What's
NAND
that?
two Tetris. It's a Corsair book.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Corsair course.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of just rounds. This is still a work in progress. Carl was talking about pins. We have a bunch of dictionaries here. Okay, so I don't know if he's going to work. I'm not entirely certain anymore about anything.
Sorry, man.
That's it.
Well,
Oh, I mean, what do you guys? Any other questions, comments, concerns?
Where's your mustache?
So where can we see like you said it was open source? Like
Yeah.
I have a super tangential question.
those crazy Boston Dynamics like dog robot things. We go through this Python interface to that.
You can buy you can, when you buy it, you can get a fixed, you can put a computer on it.
Trying to fix that out here.
So all the code and the design files for the joystick and bow and everything should probably be in this repo. Mechanical mustaches, this is the mustache. Fix it.
Yeah, that's ChiPy, everyone. Thank you for coming. If you ever want to get a talk for ChiPy, just let us know. We're always looking for speakers. Let's see. Also, thank you to our speakers today. Really appreciate the talks. Of course, to our host. So feel free to grab some more pizza and food. Pizza and drinks. I think there's still some left. And it might be, usually if you follow a critical mass, you might go to some place near if you want to hang out and chat with fellow ChiPy members.
Time to take all the pizza home.
Yeah, I think you can grab pizza on your way out.
If you want some pizza, take the whole box, it's fine. We took like 8 boxes of pizza out of here in the last few years. We had a bunch of people very happy on the way back to the car. So,